All right, so Mayahiga, man, she submitted this on 8/29, and this is her response in support of her motion to dismiss this shit. And look, Mayahiga shit is so straight to the point. It's good. All right. Plaintiff's response to the defendant's motion to dismiss, like her first amended petition, remains almost entirely focused on Higa's co-defendants. Which it does, crucially, plaintiff still fails to identify any alleged facts or legal theories that could make Higa liable for the statements or conduct of her co-defendants, including the allegedly defamatory statements made by Ms. Kiff. Like, no, how she say alleged? She off to my own heart. She's still riding. By Ms. Kiff, which formed the basis of nearly all her claims. So this is the snake, the head of the snake is the defamatory statement. Mayahiga, she's like, I didn't say that shit. I didn't say that shit. How am I on the line? And I didn't even say it. Or whatever. It is what it is. Plaintiff's claims against Higa must rest only on her allegation as to Higa's conduct, which is the fraud. And they're like, look, guys. Look. Mayahiga's lawyer like, look. The only cause of action actually based on Higa's conduct remains Adrianah's claim for fraud. In her response, Adrianah identifies 3 alleged misrepresentations made by Higa during a private meeting unrelated to any alleged defamatory statements. Of these 3 misrepresentations, 2, that Crazy Slick was a good guy, and Higa alleged intent are plainly pure statements of opinion and or not actionable. Okay? Like, this is what it is. Regarding Higa's representations on the future impact of a statement on Adrianah's career, plaintiff has not alleged and cannot show that Higa had any superior special knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Like, of existing facts which would make this prediction of a future event actionable. For the reasons expressed below in Higa's Rule 91 motion to dismiss, she asks that the court grant her motion and dismiss all of Adrianah Lee's claims against her. And here we go. Like, Mayahiga shit is straight to the point. Plaintiff fails to show that Higa can be liable for the statements or conduct of other co-defendants. Look.
That's a truthful statement.
Because she's on the hook because Ms. Kiff's on the hook. That's just what it is. Plaintiff makes no attempt to address this pleading deficiency. In fact, plaintiff's response does not even mention conspiracy, concerted action, or joint liability, except to argue that the acts of Ms. Kiff may implicate his employer, OTK Media, under respondent superior. Okay? Which is true. And that was the target. Ms. Kiff's alleged conduct cannot be imputed to Higa, and as explained next, Higa's own conduct is not actionable. Okay, she like, look, bish, you can't hold me accountable for Ms. Kiff? What the fuck? Plaintiff still not identified a single statement made by Higa, which is actionable for fraud or how Higa's statement caused plaintiff's claim damages. What does it say? Plaintiff alleges that Higa made material misrepresentation in order to induce plaintiff into modifying her statement. That's not fucking fraud, guys. If I come over you and I say, hey, 61x6, don't say that shit. You're like, well, I'm gonna say it anyway. And I'm like, all right, it could be really bad for you. It could be really bad for you, man. You say that shit, and then you say that shit, and then it's bad for you. And you're like, Henry, you defame, you committed fraud. You knew it was going to be bad. I'm like, I fucking told you it was going to be bad. I just assumed. Okay? Adrianah concedes a pure expression of opinion will not support a claim for fraud, which I agree. It's not fraud to give your opinion, but here we are. What does it say? But that conclusory allegations is not enough to make a statement of opinion actionable. The special knowledge required to make a predictive statement actionable under fraud is not just greater experience or expertise. So basically, she's trying to insinuate that that Mayahiga's experience in streaming, she knew the outcome was going to happen based on the experience. And It's just an opinion, guys, at the end of the day. All right, plaintiff's allegation that Higa had more experience in the online streaming community does not establish special knowledge necessary to convert her non-actionable statements of opinion about future events into actionable statements of fact, which is true. It was an opinion. It just happened to came true. Like, she could have made that statement and her career would have blew off. Trust me, if she says I got touched by Crazy Slick and a lot of sympathy pours in, a lot of money pours in, this lawsuit never happens, even if she doesn't get invited to the parties. I mean, no one's going to do that, right? Hey, oh, I got touched by Crazy Slick. I gained 10,000, followers. I'm at 1K paid subs a month. Life is good. I'm partnered up in here. There's no lawsuit. As for Higa allegedly misrepresenting her intentions, misrepresenting one's intent is not the misrepresentation of a verifiable fact and cannot satisfy the misrepresentation element of fraud. I mean, like, her thing was she said that Crazy Slick's a good guy. That's fraud? That's fraud? Come on now. Shout out to everybody putting XQCL in the chat. It just is what it is. And look at this shit. Finally, as explained in Higa's motion to dismiss, the result of Higa's alleged material misrepresentations was the issuance of Adrianah Lee's Twit Longer statement on July 6th, which is not alleged to be the cause of Adrianah Lee's damages in $600 goddamn $1,000. Like, yo,
stop the cap.
Oh my goodness. What the fuck? Okay, look, man. Here's the thing. Higa was not in the call. And in her response, plaintiff argues that telephone call made over a year after Higa met with plaintiff and without Higa present in the call is pivotal in understanding the totality the plaintiff claims, such as her allegation that Higa misrepresented her intent. So, like, guys, y'all didn't know she's suing for like $2 million. I know I get a lot of people who just be jumping on. All right, plaintiff fails to address several grounds for dismissal raised by Higa. All right, let's hear what mayahiga is saying. That the plaintiff is a limited purpose public figure such that a statement must allege and has failed to plausibly allege that Higa acted with actual malice to defame plaintiff, which she didn't. That any of Higa's conduct rises to the level of extreme and outrageous conduct to support a claim for intentional infliction of emotional distress. It doesn't. That the grave man of her complaint is really defamation or fraud, such that the gap filler tort of intentional infliction of emotional distress is not available in this action. Motion to dismiss. And she is praying that this shit gets dismissed for these reasons and those raised in her initial motion to dismiss. Higa requests that the suit against her be dismissed under Rule 91 for lacking any basis in law or fact. That Higa recover her court costs, expenses, and attorney fees under Rule 91.7. The amount of which will be determined later by agreement or at a future hearing, and for all other relief to which Higa may be entitled to in law and equity. All right, and it's over right then and there. And what do you think of Maya mother effing Higa? She is not voting. She Treyway for life. You know what I'm saying? What did you think of mayahiga's response to Adrianah Lee? It's a little catfightish, but short, sweet, concise, not a bunch of freaking pages. Hey, get me out of here. I didn't make the statements. I wasn't on the call. Only thing I gave her was my opinion. The fraud claim is bogus. The $600,000 is bogus. And it should be dismissed. That's mayahiga's argument. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Now let's go on to